So hello students, today we will see the mail merge feature in MS Word. Now what is mail merge? A mail merge lets you create a batch of documents that are personalized for each recipient. So mail merge is a useful tool that allows you to produce multiple letters, labels, envelopes, name tags, any more using information stored in a list or in any database. So basically mail merge feature is very much useful in a situation where you have a common letter or emails or labels which you want to print or you want to send to multiple recipients. So in such situation, instead of creating letters or labels for individual recipients separately, mail merge features help you to type one single letter and create the list of recipient in a list or in a database, and you can merge the list or the database where the recipient name are stored with your main document. So this feature is called the mail merge feature in MS Word. Now let us see practically how this mail merge feature is helpful for us in a situation given here. The situation or the question given here is a company named ABC is celebrating its 10th Foundation Day and wants to invite some guests to attend the event at the company's headquarters. Now, using mail merge feature, write an invitation letter for 5 guests. So there is a company named ABC which is celebrating its 10th Foundation Day, and the management of the company wants to invite some guests, and a common invitation letter will be printed and we have to send the letter to multiple recipients. Now in this situation, how mail merge feature will help you? So for mail merge feature, we have to go to mailing tab in MS Word. You can see here it is a mailing tab. So in the mailing tab, left hand side, there is a button called Start Mail Merge. Click on this option. So at the bottom, you will find step-by-step mail merge widget. Click on this option, and the right hand side of the screen, you will find mail merge pane will appear. So mail merge feature or mail merge option of MS Word involves some steps to be followed. So if, as you can see in the mail merge pane in the bottom, there are 6 steps are given. So one by one step you have to follow to complete the entire mail merge procedure. So in the first step, you have to select the document type. So here you can see there are 5 document types are given, that is letter, email, envelopes, labels, and directory. So since we are going to type a letter, so we will choose the first option, that is called the letters. Now after selecting the document type, you have to click on the next option given at the bottom. So in the next step, you have to select starting a document. So in this step, there are 3 options provided. Number 1 option is use the current document. That means you will be using the current document, the document which is right now open in front of you. You are using this document, and here itself you will type the letter. If you have a template that is already pre-designed template and you have stored or saved in your computer, then you can go with the second option and you can select the template from here. Or if you have the letter already typed in a file and you have saved that file and you want to use that existing document, then you can go with the third option and you have to select the file where you have typed your letter. So since we are like doing it from the beginning, so we will choose the first option, use the current document. That means this document only I will use. Now we will click the next option to move to the third step. In the third step, what we have to do is we have to select the recipient. So in this step also, there are 3 options given. Number 1 is called use an existing list, then select from Outlook contact and the type new list. First option is use an existing list. That means if you have a list, you already have created a list of recipient in MS Excel or any of the database, then you can go with the first option. Or if you are using Outlook Express as email client and there are you have the list of recipient, then you can go with the second option. Now if you think that you don't have any list and you want to create a fresh list, then go with the third option. So we will create the new list here afresh so that you can learn how to create the list. So we will go with the third option, and then there is an option given called create. Now we'll click on the create new list option. Clicking on this option will open a dialog box where you will find the recipient details are given in a tabular form with multiple columns like title, first name, last name, company, address, all these things. Suppose so many details we don't need, and we need only three or four options like name of recipient, the recipient's designation, and the city, and what kind of guest he or she is, maybe chief guest or maybe guest of honor or special guest, so something like that. So we need only four columns, but here you can see there are so many columns are given. So these columns you can customize or you can delete. So for that you can go to the customize column button that is given at the bottom. You can click on this, then it will open the customize address list dialog box. From here you can remove the unwanted columns. Suppose I don't want the title, then I can click on the delete button, the title will be removed. Here you can see the first and last name option is given. I don't want two columns for keeping first and last name. I want only name in one column, then I will choose one, and I can rename it also. There is a rename button, and I'll make it only name. First I will remove, so it will be only name. Last name I don't need, I'll delete it. Then company name is given. Suppose instead of company name I want to make it as designation, so designation type, and click OK button. Then you can see the field name is renamed. Now address line 1 I don't need, address line 2 also I don't need, city I'll need, so let the city be there. State I don't need, then zip code I don't need, country also I don't want, home phone also I don't want, work phone also I don't want. Instead of email address, I will rename it as, I'll write here, this column is case, and in this column I will mention that the name and designation which I am writing, that person, that particular person is a type of chief guest, as a type of guest of honor or special guest. So for that I'm creating one more column here. So click OK, and once it is done, then you can click on OK button. Then you can see here only four columns are left. Now you have to create the list by typing the list of recipient. So say example, my first guest name is Pratap Singh, and who happened to be, suppose, MLA of the locality, and the city is Delhi, and he is the chief guest. Now second record, suppose Arun Goyal, who happened to be deputy commissioner of the area, city is given, suppose, Delhi, and he is, suppose, guest of honor, guest of honor. Then third guest is, suppose, Rit Amrit Sharma, who happened to be, suppose, collector of the area, local is again Delhi, and he will be our special guest. Our fourth guest is Priya Rathore, who is an advocate, and she is from also Delhi, and she is also special guest. And our last or the fifth guest is Sonam Banerjee, and she is a chartered accountant, and she is from Kolkata, and she is also special guest. Now one by one, as many like recipient you have, all the names you can type here, their details and all you can type, and then you can click the OK button. So in our case we have to type only 5 recipients, so I have written here 5. In your case there might be more number of guests, so all the guest name and designation you can type, all the like details of the recipient you can type which you want to mention in your letter. So after typing everything, and then you can click on OK button. So your letter, your list which is already typed, you have to save. Suppose I'll write here as uh, company. So the name of the list I have given as company. So my name, the list is already created. I'll click on OK button. What is our next step? Now our next step is write your letter. So I have to type the letter here. So instead of wasting time, I have already typed the letter in this format. So I'll just copy from the notepad. I'll paste here. So consider this is our letter. So this is the letter, and here you can see the name, then designation, and the city is given. So against the name of the recipient should appear. Against the designation should appear. Again, against the city should appear. And here it's supposed to display you are invited as the chief guest or guest of honor, whatever the type of guest, that should be mentioned here. So occasion spelling was wrong. So what we will do here, since our typing is over, we have to insert the march field. March field means those fields of the recipient details we have to insert here. So here I want to insert name against the name word. So here you can see there is a button called insert march field. Now click on the insert marks field. All the fields which we have created in the list of the recipient are displayed here. As you can see, name, designation, city, and guest. So we have to mention that which field to be displayed in which area in your document. So against the name, I want to display the name of the recipient. So I'll click the name. Make sure that your cursor is on that particular position where you want to insert that particular march field. So I want my name to be displayed here. So I'm keeping my cursor here. You can see the cursor's blinking cursor is here. Now click on march field, click on name option. Your name is marged or inserted here. And next, the designation. In the designation, again you click the insert marks field and then click on designation. The designation will appear here. Then you bring your cursor to the city. Now click march field and click on city. Then city is inserted here, and in this position we want to display the guest type. So I'll keep my cursor there and I click the guest option, and guest will display here. So once your the fields of your recipient details are inserted in your document, what you will do, you will go, or you can click on the preview your letter. You can preview your letter. You can click here also, and there is also a button given preview result. Click on this and you can see your the list of the recipient which you created and stored has been merged with your main document, and the list details are appearing here. So the first name in the list was the Pratap Singh as a name, the designation MLA, city is Delhi, and you are invited as chief guest. You can see the chief guest appeared here. Then you can click on this next button. It will display the details of the next recipient, Arun Goel, who is the DC from the Delhi and guest of honor. Click on the next button. Then Amrit Sharma, collector, Delhi, this special guest. In this way, by clicking the next button, you can go through the all recipient. So once your all the recipient names are merged here, you can click on the finish and merge button, which is the last button of the mailing tab. Click on this, then you can see there are three options given: edit individual document, print documents, send email messages. So you can click on the edit individual document, which will create a new file where all the individual documents will be created separately. Now in these options, let us select all records. That means all the recipients name I have to create separate later. Click on OK button. You can see a new file has been created where the first letter for Pratap Singh MLA, who is the chief guest. Then scroll down, the second letter for Arun Goel, then third letter Amrit Sharma, then fourth letter for Priya Rathore, and the last letter of Sonam Banerjee. Now you can print individual letter, individual invitation letter, and to send them, or you can store or save this file also in your computer. This is how mail merge feature can help you in a situation where a common letter has to be sent to multiple recipient. So this is what mail merge all about. Thank you. Have a nice day.